Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Dora the Explorer Creepypasta. Tonight's reading, Dora's Lost Episode. I used to love Dora when I was a little girl. I honestly don't like her at all now, but when my cousin Lauren asked me to babysit her 18-month-old son Lucas, I decided that Dora would entertain him a bit. We watched a few episodes on an old DVD I found in my baby box. We were having a great time and I realized it was time for Lucas's nap, so I paused the TV and put him to bed. After he was asleep, I went back to turn off the TV. The second I walked into the room, I heard the intro. I thought I paused it. Ah well, I decided another episode couldn't hurt. After all, I wasn't doing so well in Spanish. I sat down on the sofa and fiddled with one of Lucas's little toy cars. I wondered what episode of Family Guy, my favorite show, they would be on that day when a blast of static interrupted my thoughts. I grabbed the remote and muted it quickly. Then when it stopped, turned it to 1. Dora was speaking, but she had a grim expression on her face rather than her usual friendly smile. She said, "Hello. Today we are going to learn about a monkey's body." Her voice was male. I was a bit confused. Suddenly her eyes turned hyper-realistic and bloody. I fought the urge to touch the screen to be sure it was just an image. She grinned hugely. I shuddered as I saw her smile grow larger. Her teeth were sharp and her eyes were suddenly tiny. I saw a flash of something. I nervously played it back and saw a mutilated kitten. I gasped and tears filled my eyes. I'm usually only emotional when I get angry, but I love kittens. I looked at it and realized it wasn't a kitten, but my cat Stitch. Seeing my sweet baby like this made me sob. I clutched my Brian Griffin plush and it began playing all by itself. It was like something made me watch this. I saw Dora grab Boots' ear and slowly and graphically tear his face off. "Ugh," I exclaimed. I hadn't been this disgusted since I read that Cupcakes fanfic. I hugged my Brian doll as Boots howled. I was crying hysterically. I heard lots of other ripping and screaming noises, but I was too afraid to watch. I sat huddled under a blanket until the noise stopped. It's over, I thought. Oh my god, how awful. Still holding Brian, I emerged from the blanket and ran to the bathroom. I vomited enough to feed an army. I turned off the TV, grabbed Lucas, and immediately dialed 911. Lauren and Jonathan came home in a rush and I explained to the police what had happened. I reluctantly showed them the video and they were revolted. I insisted they destroy it, but they instead recalled every copy of the video. Surprisingly, only a few had the disturbing video. I was taken to therapy to get over the trauma. I honestly don't know what has become of the video. All I can remember was sitting in the police office, hugging Brian and begging them to destroy it. If you ever come across the video, please, I'm begging you, contact the authorities. This has scarred me for life and I don't want it to happen to you too. Thanks for listening. Remember to join us again next time.